Hey, hey, y'all. Welcome to Faith Over Everything's review of The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7. I am Angela Suggs.
I am Jasmine Suggs.
Yes, and we're going to jump right into it. I said Season 7 already. Episode 10, titled Cleaning Up the Mess. This episode was boring, but we're still going to go through it. Were you not bored? Were you entertained?
They was cleaning up the mess. It was a lot of people that cleaned up their mess.
Now let me
was
say,
good.
I mean, I guess in that sense, the bright side. You're right. Just because we said it's boring don't mean we ain't got nothing to talk about. Because we
gonna find something to talk about.
But I was just like,
they could have said
this is not. This was a fluffer. This is fluff. Like, okay. Anywho, we start off with Robin and Giselle at they're taping like their Reasonably Shady podcast, and they are preparing for their Reasonably Shady live show that they're doing. This the part that made me laugh. When I was looking over the notes real fast, I started laughing. You was like, girl, because I said Giselle said the twins' birthday party is that weekend and they don't want her there because they hate her.
I said, you right. I just kept going. I was like, you right. Because if y'all remember, every time that I'm talking about these kids, like, and even Robin was like, no, girl, yes, you know that they don't like her. Like,
as soon as she said that,
everyone knows that.
Jasmine is going to eat this up because that baby always said they don't like
her. They love her. They love her because that's their mama. Like, yes, but they do not like her. I mean, it may change when they get older. I don't know. I mean, if Giselle was my mama,
want their parents.
If Giselle was my mama, I wouldn't. I would love her. I would love her.
Okay. Well,
but anywho, I was like, I told y'all.
You was right. Look,
you knew
it. You knew it. Right back into it, y'all. We at home. We got kids. It is what it is. Giselle said that she had heard that at the... Oh, that's what I was about to say. I forgot to announce that they back in Potomac finally. Like, thank God.
Yes, thank you. Left Miami. Like, gave Miami a bad name. Like, gosh. Like, ugh. Miami, every time I went, I had fun. Like,
I ain't never been to Miami.
You haven't? Oh, we should do that for your 40th.
Ooh. I mean...
I'm a plan it.
It's going to have to be... Well, I guess I could be a ladies trip, though. That's fine. Okay.
You see, I just say girls trip because I've learned the difference between girls and ladies. So we're doing a ladies trip
because we're not having a trip like theirs.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Anyway, Giselle said that she had heard that when they had went to the club back in Miami and everybody was getting along and that Wendy was being nice to her. And Robin said Wendy told her that she loves her at the club and that she was crying over their friendship. Or whatever. Next, we move over to the Bassett home with Chris and Candace. Candace has gotten her MBA and she is preparing for a party.
HU. You know, I did not go to that school, but I just
you did, but that's fine. I mean, everybody know Howard University. Okay, I was like, okay, you better go and get your master's degree. Okay,
that's what's up.
And get that money, honey. Candace admitted that she did say Karen was sneaking out of town once she was told by a producer that she did say it.
But I ain't even mad because she said, I had forgot. Like, I'm going to own it. Like, I did say that.
They said, do you remember saying that? She was like, after the producer told me, I said it. I mean, that means y'all got video footage of me saying
exactly.
it.
Like, you, because if it was just between her and
Ashley, she could lie.
Exactly. But now that the producer was like, nah, you said that. I was like, I said
we was there.
I said that.
Who said that? I said that. Y'all was taping. The video was on. The red light was on.
My mic was on.
Whoopsies. My bad. We find out in this scene as well, Candace lets Chris know that her period has not shown up. So, they don't get too excited, but they're kind of getting, like, oh, okay, this happened quick, because they had just started the little IVF process. So, okay, cool beans. We move on to Karen's house. Karen's ex-assistant Matt comes over to help her prepare for her own live show, coined the Karen Huger experience. And she wants, well, it's not coined that, but that's what he was saying. Like, we're going to give them the Karen Huger experience. She wants to call it a evening with the Grand Dame in France. In France. In France. When I tell y'all the way, I mean, maybe it was editing. I hope it was editing. The way that they was cutting into how this show was going to come across. He said, you can have a singer.
It's too long.
He said you can have a singer come, you can have a Q&A session, you can have a session with drag queens, you're gonna have some outfit changes, and then he just kept saying, and then we cut to, and then we cut to, and then we cut to. Listen, stop it. I don't care. This is a live show. It should only be about an hour or two.
But you know what? I mean, he was saying a lot, but I'm thinking that
editing
each segment is probably going to be a good 2-3 minutes long. It shouldn't be like,
who got time for all them segments though? Anybody got time for all that?
I mean, girl, just it's an evening with the grand on. Like, I mean, it got to be, you know, it's with friends. So
she did already have it. I seen her on Watch What Happens Live. She was talking to Andy, and she said she did one in New York and it was successful, and she's doing another one in like Philly or something in February.
Oh, okay, so that's what's up.
We'll see. I mean, Karen, maybe if you come to Phoenix, you know, maybe I think about it. You know, depending on how much the tickets are, I might come through. I mean, I can't be watching Potomac and then not go through. Like, I'll probably come through with it and be like, "Hey, y'all, I went to the Karen Huger experience.
Like, right
I spent the evening with the Grand Dame."
Okay. What's his name? What's her husband's name?
Ray.
There go Ray.
I was like, listen, don't play about her husband.
Ray,
okay?
right. I was like, I like Ray, but it just was a blank. I was like, wait, what's his name?
What's that man's name? What's his name?
I see Ray.
Yes, he probably be all nice. Oh, look, we already just making up stuff. Hopefully he'd be nice and be like, hey, how you doing?
I'm not doing the voice.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, Papa. How you doing, Papa?
Hey, Papa. Hey, Uncle.
Hey, Uncle Papa. Yes. Next we cut to Wendy and Eddie. They are in the car. Wendy was the keynote speaker.
But she kept saying Chicago.
Girl, she was a keynote speaker at the University of Chicago and doesn't even know how to say Chicago correctly. She kept saying Chicago.
Now, mind you, I get it because, you know, everybody be saying to sound it out. So, you know, the CH is like, you know, church.
No, it looks like Chicago. Shy. It looks like Chicago.
Chicago. That's what it looked like. Chicago.
I don't
or
know.
Chicago.
He was like, why you keep saying it like that? Eddie was like, you keep saying like a chicken, like Chicago.
I was like, she is. I was like, is she really saying it like this or she playing?
Yes, I was the keynote speaker at the University of Chicago. I was like, girl, Chicago. Like, listen, we from Milwaukee, okay? That's right next door. Okay. Don't play with us.
Don't cartwheel. They shovel snow too, okay?
Listen, I was watching something recently. Oh, it was something, y'all. We shovel snow is ours, okay? I was watching something today, and that man said, I shovel snow or something. And I said, no, he didn't.
Clutch my pearls.
We'll find out what it was. It might have been in a movie or something.
You know what? We're going to have to brand that. We from Milwaukee.
We shovel snow. Don't do that. Don't play with her.
Let me write this down. I'm writing this down. Continue.
Don't play with her, donkey. Okay.
Don't play with her.
Don't play with her, donkey. We ponies and y'all donkeys and y'all mad. Okay, Zoe. I know. Listen.
We know that that's not ours, but
that's Zoe. That is I am Zoe. Or God dang. Well, it's not dang. DAMN. Is damn a cuss word?
Yeah.
Not think it's if you use the GOD, it is. If you just say got, his is GOT. God Zoe. Okay, y'all know. That was his. Okay. He said he's a pony, okay? And you a donkey and you mad because you a donkey. Okay. She goes on to talk about the million things that she has coming up, including her kidney stone surgery. But then says that she don't got time for the surgery. Like, girl.
But when you gonna do it? You ain't got time to do it. Like, dang.
Eddie told her she needs to prioritize her health. Now listen, one thing Eddie gonna do is tell you to get your life together, okay? But he didn't say it like rude. He was just like, you need to prioritize your health. Like, that's important. Whatever. I stand for Eddie. Eddie, I like Eddie. I like Chris. I like Ray. I like the men. It's always like that. I be liking the men of some of these shows. Like, some who else is on here?
What?
I don't like Michael. No, I don't like
Michael. Don't like Michael.
Juan, he's a question mark. I don't know. I don't know about him sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. Anywho, because I don't know what Juan be telling Michael. Because Michael, him, this is gonna sound rude, but I think I question Juan's motives because he is cool with Michael. You know, like you guilty by association.
Huh?
I
can see it.
The company
how
you keep.
Feel that way.
You know, the company you keep. You just, I mean, I get you try to be nice to the man. It's one thing to be nice to him, but y'all be out here kicking it, go to Vegas, talking about what? Listen.
Only just me and you. Just me and you.
I've been waiting. I think I want to make a move. And it ain't even got to be him. Well, nah, he trying to get on. He trying to get at Juan. Juan probably just tried to go to Vegas, have a good time. If he gonna step out, I'm thinking he probably gonna step out with a woman, and Michael ain't gonna never tell on him because Michael gonna do his own little dirt. But Michael like, no, I'm trying to step out with you. Okay, y'all, moving on. We just making up stuff at this point. Listen, that did not happen in the show. Well, that part, they went to Vegas, but that didn't happen. Anywho, the next scene is the wine bar. Candace and Robin meet up. Robin is broken up because her friend / hairstylist lost her sister and her brother-in-law in a tragic accident, and that was really sad. I am praying for that family. I know it was months ago, but these people are still grieving. Affected by that. So prayers to their family. This has made her realize how short life is, and she wants to squash stupid drama with people that she cares about. And I can appreciate that. Like, I can appreciate you, like, somebody close to you dealing with something and you being like, you know what, life is too short for this. Like, what am I even mad at her about? Like, because she went on live, I knew she wasn't talking about me. Like, I don't know. Robin considers Candace a little sister. Candace feels Robin is the only one in the group where she has that like good girlfriend relationship with, which makes me feel like maybe when like outside of filming, she still probably talked to Robin. Like, you know, Candace still feels like Robin should have came to her about the Instagram live instead of the whole Bluetooth at the table situation. Shout out to Kai in our comments because she said at the Instagram live, Candace was not during the Miami trip and that it was after the burn session. So like a week before they had went to Miami, and Candace did speak positively about Robin and her businesses during her Instagram live for like 5 minutes. So thanks for that insight, Kai. Thanks for the clarification.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Keep letting us know because we be missing stuff.
Sure, okay. We might listen. Drop your information. Email us because we might have you on here with us telling the story with us. Okay,
we're gonna have you do the real life section. Like, right. Okay, and then in real life, this is what has happened. Okay, you're gonna give us the report.
Like, this is what we saw, but this is what really happened.
Yeah, this is the real life. What had happened. And then they Candace. Not Candace. I'm getting all the names wrong. Robin.
Oh, okay.
Was like, basically, if you go live again, be specific about who you're talking about. Say names. Drop names, whatever. And it's just kind of like, I mean, she could do that. But again, we talked about this last week. If you know she ain't talking about you, she ain't talking about you.
Don't worry about it, honey. Don't worry about it. If you ain't guilty, then don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. Okay. Next, we're moving on. Mia's opened up a joint chiropractic facility. They have a couple of them. So I was confused because she said, they asked, are y'all using y'all money? And she said that they have investors. She said, we are using personal and friends. I said, what is personal? Like, that's exactly what she said. She said, we're just using personal and friends. I was like, personal loans? Like, what is personal? Because I'm not an accountant. I'm not a financially savvy person. I mean, I know what I need to know from me, but what's personal? Like, you should mean even if you said personnel, who I don't. She said personal though. We using personal and friends. No, maybe she meant personal, our own personal money and
And
friends. But why
friends.
she just couldn't say ours and
Yes, right.
friends?
Yes, and
I don't know.
other investors.
It was
But I
just
mean, you talking about Mia, like, because
you
even when they
right.
kept going, she was like, I'm tired of talking about attorneys. Like,
Well, she said she tired.
what?
I think she was saying she can't talk about it because of lawyers, like different things that if you say something, then the lawyer gonna come. So I think she was saying like she tired of dealing with
I
attorneys, so
was
she
like,
just not
girl,
gonna
I
speak
didn't
on
hear
it.
you talk about no lawyers. Like, what you talking?
Girl,
What you
that's how I
talking?
took it, but I don't know, so the way she say stuff, because clearly it didn't click to me right now until I'm like, oh, she's saying personal. We use our personal money and friends. So, that baby, she
Because
just,
she could have just said, yeah, because they asked, are you using your money? Yes.
yes, ours and some of our friends are investors as well. But
Silent
yes,
investors.
that's where I got confused at, y'all. That was probably me. I'm sorry. Mia's mom didn't make it to the event. So I'm like, it must be something brewing there that's going to come up down.
Wow.
Yeah, which I'm kind of upset about.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
they
if it's
was
real
on
life,
the.
it's real life. But it's like, dang it. Like, I was just hoping that y'all was getting
We
on a
were
good
rooting
foot.
for
We
you.
was. Because listen, your daughter, listen. Next, we go to Uncle Lump house. Okay, now listen, Uncle Lump. I like me some Uncle Lump now.
He's so funny
Uncle
because he
Lump,
keeps it real.
he do. He be like, listen now, girl, shut up. She only brought Dylan because Michael wanted to spend time with Dean. So as she was getting ready to leave, he was like, no, leave Dean here. And she was like, no, I'm taking him. And then he got mad at her because he said she don't be planning things properly. Wait, you think that's true? Like, you think, I mean, we don't know, but does Ashley seem like a person that wouldn't plan properly?
No, the outside looking in, I believe that anytime she's planning something, she's planning for her and her kids. She probably already have in her mind that he's going to make up something to not
Not
take the
go.
kids or whatever. I mean, he not invited to the uncle house, so I wouldn't expect him to come. But I'm
Or
saying, like,
why he
because
can't keep the
even
kids.
remember when they had went on, I forgot what season that was, but
She had to
when they
bring
went,
Dean with her.
yeah, they was on. You was on a real girls trip, and you steady like, oh well, I got to bring my kid or whatever because I don't want, or he got to do some other stuff or whatever like that. No, I think from her experience, she's like, let me just include my kids in wherever I need to go. They gonna come with me. If they can't come, then I won't come, type deal. Unless she got it down packed that, okay, this is what you need to do, type deal or whatever. But
So I'm
I don't
saying
think
with
that
that,
she.
do you think she told him like I'm planning to go to Uncle Lump house like in advance? Or did she just like, oh, we're about to go to Uncle Lump house, and maybe in
She did
his
it probably
mind,
out the blue because it's like we're not together, so I really don't have to tell you anything. But I'm just letting you know your kid's not gonna be here because we finna go. So I can see her just out the blue, like, oh, I'm finna go over my uncle's house, and then he get mad because he wants to spend time.
That's the thing. Like, but that's the thing. Like, if I didn't plan because I didn't tell you I was going to my uncle's house, you ain't telling me that you want to do something with the kids. You like,
Exactly.
so it works both ways. So if I'm not planning
Exactly.
properly, you're not planning properly either. So, boop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, Ashley and Michael have been fighting, and poor Dean been yelling "stop" at them at the top of his lungs. She said he be like, "Stop!" I said, "Oh, that poor baby." TT said the baby shouldn't be exposed to that type of fighting, and he should not be having to yell "stop" in the middle of them. Ashley is not ready to be a single parent. She's scared to be on her own and being responsible fully for her two boys. And I can say, of course, as a mother of two, I mean, in this moment, Ashley be getting on my nerves sometimes, but in this moment, I was like, okay, I actually felt for her, like the humanity in her, because I mean, when you do have children and you are married and you got married forever, and now this marriage is threatened, because I don't know if they actually get to, I don't. Real life, I'm gonna have to look it up and see if they've even divorced yet. I have no idea. I know they filed for it, of course, but it's like you're going through a divorce. Nobody gets married to get divorced, whatever. So clearly, she had a vision of, their life and having children together and raising your children together. And, you know, she just is not ready to accept what her new normal would look like, which is, just her being fully responsible for her children at all times, whatever. So, I mean, I can understand that because that is scary. Like, especially if something that well, I don't know. Didn't she file for divorce? So it's just like, that'd be the thing where, I mean, was it like because to me, it's like, even if it was a mutual decision, at what point did you not think of the kids? You know what I mean? Like, if it's a mutual decision and we both say, okay, we're going to get divorced, that means to me, that we have thought about what this is going to look like. So you being a single parent or you having to co-parent really shouldn't be, I ain't gonna say it's gonna be an adjustment, but you shouldn't be so, I don't know. I don't want to judge. I don't want to say, but I just feel like, for you to be going through this now, like, crying and saying you're not ready to be alone or you're not ready to be a single parent, like, you didn't think about this when y'all decided y'all was going.
I think it's normal emotion, just because probably when they were thinking of the divorce, it was out of emotions, and she probably was just thinking like, I'm just done, or through with it or whatever. But then when reality hit and it was like, dang, like I really did depend on him for a lot of things that I didn't kind of notice, because how that saying is, like, you never know what you have until it's gone. And that's probably what's happening with her. It's like, you probably weren't being what I wanted to turn around and make it be, as like you weren't that type of husband that I wanted you to be. Once after I had these kids, like, you still wanted to play, how we started out. But now that, like, you really like being mean to me, and I mean, and I'm not giving him no pass to be mean to her or anything like that, but like, just seeing those transparent go through, and then like, oh, my kids are now crying or whatever like that, and like everything is kind of just blowing up, because she thought it was gonna be sweet, like, oh yeah, like we're just gonna be all, we gonna get this
We
house,
gonna buy this house.
Yeah, we gonna buy this house together. He gonna be okay. And she's just thinking that everything is just, we're just not
we
gonna live together.
Separately. You're right. She probably did have like he's gonna live there, I'm gonna live here,
but we still gonna be cool type deal.
But he was being cordial at that time, and since then now he didn't been mean. So you right. It's a whole different person she dealing with. She ain't dealt with this side of Michael before. Now she's dealing with this side of Michael, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Right. Like, I don't know this person.
Okay, that makes sense. But either way it go, like I said, I still felt for her. Like, I still feel, in that moment, like, he's trying to get ready to adjust to a new life and what that's gonna look like. And I mean, listen, Uncle Lump and TT told her, like, girl, you all right, you got family, we gonna be here for you, we gonna be here to support you. Uncle Lump said she needs to open her eyes to see what all she has outside of Michael. And I said, the way he says Michael is so funny to me. He be like, outside of Michael. Okay, now you see what you got outside of Michael. All right, Michael. It's like, girl, Michael is not your world. Okay. Michael, outside of Michael. I'm like, you better tell her, Uncle Lump. Listen, go on. Y'all better get Uncle Lump, okay?
Because he is not a fan of
Michael. Not a fan at all. Wasn't going to talk about this scene, but then I looked up at the screen and I had to talk about it. Candace picked up her mama from the airport. Did Candace's mama get some work done to her face?
Oh, I didn't even notice.
I feel like she got some fillers or something. Like, her face used to be a little bit skinnier, and now it's like a little bit like, yeah, like her. I don't know. She
maybe she gained a little weight or something.
I don't know.
Where she stay at?
Tell me what y'all think. I don't know.
I thought they she don't live in Maryland or Potomac with them. I guess not.
Comment below if y'all know where she live at, because don't have me on here lying. I don't know where they
I could have sworn that they had stayed like close. Well, I don't know. Never mind. Yeah, y'all comment below if y'all know where they stay at. I mean, where she stay at.
At least stay. I mean, you ain't got no address.
If she in the South, but maybe she was eating good.
Girl, I don't know. I think she got some work done. Because I was like, I was watching it, and then I was looking. I was like, wait, that's her mama. She didn't have some work done. Then we cut to Angel and Adore's Sweet 16 birthday party.
So cute.
Jamal, of course, is there because they gonna co-parent and they gonna do that well. Okay, they gonna be there for their kids. Props to them. Giselle and her
Giselle
friends.
actually had on a nice outfit. I definitely like that outfit. Usually I'd be
Her daughter
questioning
probably
what she
picked it
got on.
out. They probably was
That's like,
like,
you is not going to
mm-mm.
embarrass me. I already don't like you. So make sure that you wear this. I picked it out. This is your size. Buy it. Thank you and good night.
Mom, you should wear this. Okay, Mom, we already ordered it because what you're not about to do is be at our party embarrassing us. They was probably like, listen, you already not gonna be at the party, but you're gonna be at the party. I mean, you're paying for it, so you're gonna be there. So we're gonna have you in the room over. Sure, we're gonna take some pictures with you. You're not gonna be in our pictures looking like you be looking. Okay.
So I appreciate y'all for having y'all mama look cute because she was cute.
Good job, girls. Good job. Clap, 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 clap.
Right.
So I'm like, Giselle and her friends are in the room over. They're not in the party with the girls and her friend. I like Giselle's speech and how she empowered her girls in the speech and told them that, you know, she wished she had their confidence and everything when she was their age. And I was like, yes, that's right. You better speak like it to your girls. Let them know that, you know, y'all are who you are. I wish I was y'all when I was, you know, whatever. That was great. That's all I got to say about that. You have any thoughts? Anything extra?
I was just surprised to see so many other friends. It was a lot of friends.
Who the other people was?
Yeah. I was like, oh. I mean, I was glad to see Robin and Sharice and
Robin, Sharice. Was Ashley? Ashley was there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because Jamal had said hi to Ashley.
Oh, he shown it. So, question: do Robin and no, I didn't. I don't remember seeing Karen. She probably wasn't invited. But so do Robin and Jamal not like each other? Because did you? I don't know at the editing or I don't know what it was, but it just seemed like Jamal made his way over to hug
Ashley.
You hear your nephew. To hug Ashley, but then like it seemed like the camera had cut to Robin and she just was like, you know, looking down, but I don't recall her saying hey. Like maybe they already said hey to each other. I don't know. But I was just like, is they trying to be petty or Robin really don't like him or they don't like each other?
It might have been edited or maybe you seeing something that, you know, it'd be like little foreshadow moments. I be missing. People
well,
missing.
Y'all keep that in y'all mind because I don't know if they did that on purpose or if I'm reaching.
Guess we'll find out. Listen. Then we cut to the final scene, which was Candace's party. Candace and her mom see a snake outside by the tent, and her mom said, I thought Giselle wasn't coming. There she is. She came anyway.
That Jack, I said, ooh, wait. No, she didn't.
What that baby said? I thought you said Giselle wasn't coming. There she is. She came anyway.
But no, for real, like I would have canceled the party. Like I'm not about to have. Like, did they catch the snake? Like I didn't see Chris come off the grill. Like I was just like,
we don't know.
Absolutely
I'm guessing
not.
they probably got the snake because.
Well, shoot, I don't know because we'll get to that.
Because Candace ran from it, and her mama. I'm pretty sure they got it. I'm pretty sure somebody must have got that snake and did something with it. I don't know. But Karen, Robin, Sharice, and Wendy were all in attendance. Unfortunately, her pregnancy test came back negative at this time. So at this moment, she is not with child. Karen asked Robin about her wedding plans. And this scene irritated me because for Robin to then tell her that they having a private ceremony, just the four of them, when y'all was just in Miami and you was being real hush-hush with it in front of Wendy like it's something to tell, you had nothing to tell. So why couldn't you just say then, it's just a small ceremony with the four of us?
So when she said the four of us, she just talking about her, Juan, and the boys, or
her, Juan, and the boys.
So the officiant not coming, or they?
Well, you know, she's just saying she's not including him. She just saying like those who will be in attendance, like who will witness. Well, yeah, the officiant would be another witness.
Dang, Giselle can't even come. Like, you sure?
No, she just want her husband. I mean, her man and her two kids. Allegedly,
it is what it is. It's your. Whatever the situation is.
But again, it was just like, so you was just being petty in Miami because you didn't have nothing to tell. Like,
she might just be petty with Karen too. Maybe she's still feeling some type of way. Because I think one of the reunions, Karen was saying like, well, our reunion is planned and we're gonna have this and we're not blaming it on the pandemic or something like that. So she might be still a little salty about that. The way that she came for their
I don't know.
relationship.
They didn't cut to no shady scene, so I just feel like
She
I
was doing the
don't know.
most.
I just feel like she was just being extra when she was in Miami. Speaking of her in Miami and Wendy, Wendy spoke to Robin like, "Hey, Robin," and then Robin actually spoke back without rolling her eyes. What?
Because Giselle wasn't there.
You know what? I didn't even think about that. So then that's crazy because they end up talking about, what happened in Miami, and Wendy said, "You didn't say these words, but that's what you meant," or same thing when she said, "A drunk mind speaks a sober heart." Um and that Wendy misses their friendship. Robin said the tone of the conversation was different at that time when they were in Miami, and Wendy came with no contention. She approached it as a conversation, not an argument that needed to be won, but none of the other girls were around at that time. And I'm like, exactly. So y'all, whenever there's an audience, everybody turns up.
Yep,
So don't just
sure
make
do.
it seem like it's just Wendy who gets defensive and wants to argue. Like whenever y'all are in a group setting and somebody says anything to anybody, y'all all get defensive and y'all all want to like prove
Jump
that you
hard.
is what I'm saying is correct. So I just felt like it just be unfair to like make it seem like you acting this way because everybody was around when y'all all do that. Like, and maybe not all of y'all, but most of you do that. So like to put it on one person and be like, "Ooh, Jasmine, every time we get around everybody, you always want to pop off at me." But then every time we around, I pop off with everybody too. Like, so it just be like, dude, like how you can, you can always, point the finger, but you can't ever, whatever. But either way it goes, that speaks a lot because I didn't even think about Giselle not being there. So it makes me wonder, like, so if Giselle was present, would you and Wendy even have been able to have this conversation? Because
I think if they would have had that conversation, I think Giselle either she would have stayed there to put in her 2 cents to make it a negative conversation. Whereas it's really no real drama that
what makes you miss her friendship now? Why
exactly,
you miss it now?
Like it would have been all of that. I think at the time, even when you had said like if Robin wasn't Giselle's friend or whatever, you probably would like like Robin as that friend or whatever. Which it shows because even when the beginning of it, when Robin and Giselle was talking about that too. I didn't even think about that. But even when Giselle wasn't around for that, like I mean, of course other serious issues had happened, but I'm thinking of when Giselle and Robin was talking at the podcast or whatever, and she kind of was like yeah, Wendy was talking to me at the club or whatever and was saying how much she loved, and then she kind of was like, yeah, Wendy told me she loved him, but don't act like you wasn't hugging her back. Don't act like she was just like all up on you. Like
y'all both smile in each other's faces.
Right. Y'all shared a moment. Don't right. Like don't do that. Like don't do that. So it's just like something like that. It's like you don't have to front in front of Giselle. If she your real friend, then she would understand. Like, okay, Jinx. Like yeah, me and Wendy had a hiccup or whatever, and I know y'all two ain't cool or whatever, but me and her are like, we ain't really got no real beef or whatever. So it is what it is type deal. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just felt like going back to when she was talking to Candace, because it was like when she was telling Candace, like, yeah, even with the Giselle and Chris stuff, like, I don't have the same viewpoint as Giselle. But it was like, but then I felt like the week before when they were talking about the tweets, whatever, like, or him tweeting them, I felt like Robin was on, Giselle. Like, you was acting like what Giselle was saying was valid. However, you already know that, or you feel as if it's not valid what she's saying. So then it's not that hard to understand why, he would be irritated by it and maybe tweeting about it. Like, I mean, maybe you don't agree with the tweeting, but don't make it seem like, I don't know. Robin, she do be acting funny when Giselle is around.
Right. So. Like she always was Giselle talking about Karen, I think the last episode or this episode before, like, you on the fence. All of y'all on the fence. Y'all all be playing that role until it benefits somebody else. Right. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever. Girl. So at the end of the conversation, Wendy and Robin both apologize to one another. Robin says that she likes one-on-one Wendy. One-on-one Wendy, they get along. Candace pulls Karen aside and admits what she said was true about her going out of town with other men, and was like, my bad.
My bad.
My bad. You know I love you, right? You know I love your mama. Listen. She said, my bad. You know I love you, Ray. Y'all be in these streets together. Okay. Karen said they be in the streets together hustling. I said,
okay. Well, you know, prostitution can be. No, just playing. I'm just playing. Karen and Ray, y'all do y'all thing. Have your eye candy and everything.
But that's the thing. Like, is it really eye candy? Like not. Maybe they do got an escort service. Listen, they not the escorts. They the madam, and the mister. Okay,
and she's a grande.
She's the grande madam. Okay, I'm the grande madam. All right, bring me my money on time. Okay, you
right now.
Y'all thought I was going on dates. No, I'm just escorting this man out to meet up with his prospect. All right, and she better have my money. Okay, listen, y'all got Mama Karen. Listen, I do not condone that lifestyle. I'm just saying that's what it. You know, listen, they be out in these streets hustling.
Make the money, don't let the money make you. Okay.
Period. Karen said that she accepted Candace's apology and that she is okay when people own their stuff. Okay, that's what you do. Own it, stand in it, say I did it, I'm sorry, whatever else, and that is that.
Move on.
Exactly. Bray asked Chris if he is willing to apologize to Giselle for her misunderstanding his intentions, which I feel like, I didn't think that was wrong with Ray's question. Like,
so I don't either. I don't see anything wrong with Ray's. I think at this point in time, Chris is over it and tired of everybody else telling him what he should do to make her feel better. And like he was saying in the confession, like, if I do go ahead and say, well, I'm sorry, I'm sorry that makes you, or I'm sorry.
Ray said, no, so the producers asked Chris, why not just say, I'm sorry you felt uncomfortable? And Chris said he feels like if he apologizes, he will be admitting that he did something wrong.
Right. So I feel like that's in the same, under the same umbrella when people be like, if you felt that way, or I apologize, or I'm sorry if you felt that way, which is really not an apology, but it's kind of like, I'm just doing this to shut you up, which in his eyes, he like, I'm not saying anything to you because if you felt uncomfortable, you made yourself feel uncomfortable. I did nothing to do that. You're making this a big thing, and it's as small as a gnat. But it's as irritating as a gnat as well. So.
Listen, I said that as far as apologizing, I said I feel like it's too late for that, in my opinion. Like, the whole situation should have been handled differently. I feel like if once it happened, again, we didn't already said, I'm not mad at Chris for feeling how he feeling. I'm not mad at Chris for dying on that hill. Okay, I'm gonna stand on this hill. I'm gonna say what I said. I'm not going to no, y'all I'm gonna die on this hill because I'm not apologizing. Like, no, because if it was really a problem, since then, why are you still hugging me? Why are you still talking to me? Like, that's my biggest thing is, as a viewer, is knowing how friendly she is with Chris, for you to say that he made you feel uncomfortable, and for us to see, you know, like, the interaction. Really, it was just the one interaction at Karen's party, but I'm pretty sure you probably didn't seen him since then, and Chris had no clue. Candace had no clue that you felt uncomfortable. Like, I would know if somebody that was cool with my husband, now they being standoffish, be like, what happened there?
What's going
like,
on?
Why,
right.
Why Shelly ain't talking to you? Like, you know, usually she say hi to you. She ain't speaking. Like, what's going on? I don't know Shelly, but
why she Shelly? We don't know
girl,
her.
I don't know Shelly. She is fake because ain't no Shelly's around here. So Shelly, don't come around here trying to be nobody's friend. Okay, stay where you at. He can't have no friends.
I'm his friend. That's the only friend he needs. Okay,
me and his sisters. Okay, that's it. That's it. Okay, he do got Got Shaq. Shaq cool. Whatever. But she been around.
But she is
okay.
sister,
She
so
been
it
here.
don't matter.
Exactly. She a sister too. So don't come around here, Shelly. Stay where you at. Okay. I'm just using you as an example. So Shelly talking about.
Don't
so I'm like, girl, why
we done told you we shovel snow. Okay.
I'm Milwaukee. Okay. Anyway, yeah, but I was like, that's like, to me, it'd be like, okay, I would notice if there was a disconnect, whatever. Candace never noticed disconnect. Chris never noticed disconnect. So it's like,
girl, Giselle ain't never noticed a disconnect. I done told you.
Exactly. Until the cameras came on and she knew the storyline, and she said, what should I say? Oh, remember a couple months ago I told Robin that this had happened. Like, let me just capitalize on that. Girl, sit down.
Right.
So I just feel like at this point it's too late. I do feel like Chris probably would have given her an apology if it would have been handled differently. Whatever. Like I feel like the fact that it was brought up on camera, that's the biggest issue. It's the camera issue. Like, y'all know how this reality TV stuff goes. So don't bring it to me on camera. If she would have brought it, I honestly believe if she would have brought it to Candace outside of the show and been like, hey, so this happened, even if it was 5 months ago, whatever. Like, I want to let you know, whatever. I mean, I feel like Candace would have received it better, whatever. And then maybe Chris would have
like
been.
Giselle could have did like 5 months ago. She, like you said, take Candace, but I would have said take Candace. I would go further and just say take Candace and Chris like out, or meet them at their house or something. Be like, hey, you probably don't even remember this or whatever, but I just want to clear the air before we. No,
he remembered it. You're like, remember when you had pulled me aside?
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like,
I just want to let you know.
Remember how I felt or whatever, but I just wanted to,
you may not know.
I want to clear,
right?
I want to clear the air before we get on air, so that it won't be no tension or anything like that. But
y'all think I'm acting funny or something,
yeah. And then be like, I was kind of like, I had a little, it felt different or whatever when just me and you was talking. I don't want nobody to think nothing or whatever like that. But, this is just how I felt. Like, I may have been wrong. I understand I may have been wrong for feeling that way or whatever like that. But I just wanted to let you know before we get on TV. And then I'm pretty sure Chris would have been like, oh, my bad. I ain't think you've seen how Candace did. My bad. I didn't know you felt that way.
I love you, Giselle. I would try to do that with you.
I never do that. You want something to eat? Like, and then he would have cooked them something. And then he would have been
what
done.
You want some meatball? We'll make the meatball. We'll make some chicken. Girl, what's your favorite?
Right.
My bad. I never want to make you feel uncomfortable. Come on down to the W. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Cocktails on me. Cocktails on me. But yeah, it was just like, I don't know. I just feel like it was all handled wrong from the beginning. And then I get irritated when other people like outside of the show or like comments, and they like make it seem like Chris is wrong for feeling how he feeling. Or listen, he is not. Like, listen, I'm gonna die on that hill with him. Okay, like, I don't think that he's wrong. I don't think that because it'd be different if he said what if she said what she said, because it's Giselle, and it's the way that Giselle is saying the things. Like, she said it to Candace, and then on her one-on-one, when she first told Candace, she telling the producers and stuff, like, or even when she was telling Robin, like, she think that he thought she was gonna be a sneaky link, and he a little sneaky, and he like, to me, it's like your intentions are not,
it's not pure at all. You do not have pure motives. You have, you're not like,
I don't know what's going on. Like, it could have been this, and you can keep like what you think it could have been to yourself. But to be telling everybody, like, I think that he was trying to get with me. I think he was just trying to test me to see if I was gonna go. And da-da-da-da. And a lot of married men want me. Girl, sit down.
Nobody wants you. Married, single, dead, alive.
But why do all the married men want you? Don't a single man want you? You can't get no single man.
Nobody want her. Her kids don't even want her.
I mean, it's so crazy because I feel like I remember when I first started watching Potomac, I thought Giselle was a beautiful woman. She's very pretty.
She's
but
her
attitude, her personality is just so blah.
UGLY.
You ain't got no alibi. You. M-A-M-A. Tell me how you got that way.
Your mama did. Wait, you gotta see. That's my movie, right? So the way that girl looked at her after they got done with mama, like,
she said your mama, and she
looking all right. And then I was like, no, they didn't. She was serious about that. I was like, okay.
And that's what they told them. Be serious. Okay, this is a competition. Okay, this is y'all versus them. All right.
That.
Nasties. Okay. But anywho, I just feel like it should have been handled differently. At this point, Candace said, even if it did happen as far as an apology, she don't know what Giselle would say next because she never thought Giselle would say this. So if he do apologize, because I do feel like at this point, even if Chris did apologize, she would probably still find a problem with it. Just kind of how like Mia still didn't accept Wendy's apology when she gave it to her. Like, it's all you want. It's all you want. Then I finally give it to you, and you like, is that an apology?
She wasn't talking to me.
Just think about that. Just made me mad all over again. So then Candace go give her little speech, and allegedly, I don't know if it might have been. I feel like it was editing. I don't think Chris would do this.
Editing. I think it was editing as well.
I'm sure Chris would not do this during her speech. Okay, Chris, listen, Chris, we here. We not gonna let them make you look like this.
Okay, we know.
Chris,
we got you, bro, man. We got you.
That's what we need to be tagging. We need to be tagging Chris because Chris really had your back this whole time.
Your back. Listen, ain't nobody gonna come for you, okay?
All right, not with us. They not for the come. Candace, listen. We got you. We got this y'all season, back. Okay?
We got y'all.
We got Chris back. Chris ain't never did nothing make me not like him. Okay, that man ain't did nothing but just show up and love on his wife. Okay,
that's all he did. That's it.
That's all he did. And then he went through the drama with her mama. Right. Even now, he's still just like, listen, I'm just gonna do whatever I gotta do to get along with her.
He's the white version of Todd.
Yes. He said, listen, she out here talking crazy, but you know what? That's your mama. I love you. Okay, so I'm just going to get along with your mama. Whatever she say. Okay. All right, girl.
Yeah. All right. Let me get my drink.
Because she was like, well, last season, did she apologize? She was like, she apologized in the way that she knows how. Like, so she ain't giving no real apology.
Come on,
Exactly. Poor Todd and Chris. But I mean, that's the women that they love. They know what they signed up for.
Yeah, they know.
Okay. Listen,
thick
Chris.
And thin, through thick and thin.
I know you wasn't pouting during her speech, but they made it seem like Chris stormed out the house because he was mad that why would Ray ask him if he would apologize? So why would he ask me that? No, I ain't not apologizing.
Then he got mad. He said so many people in the house. But you know what? I don't listen. I wasn't actually mad at that, the way that they caught that, because I was confused. Like, girl, you begged for this doggone tent outside and you got all these people in my house?
You know, like, maybe they didn't get the snake. Look, maybe.
See, that's why I thought that they didn't get that snake, because she was like, I ain't finna go back out there because I don't know if snake, the devil, I don't know if the devil and his friends have came. So... And even him, he wasn't like out there by that tent. He was on that back porch.
He was on the porch.
He was like, bump all that. I ain't getting that snake.
But he was cooking on the porch, and that's where the grill was. He was grilling.
But he wasn't cooking then. He was drinking.
Listen.
He was like, yeah, I'm about to pop off. And then they're going to go back to Ray. I'm like, he ain't going to hit that man.
Ray just over there drinking his little drink. This is good. What is this? Gatorade? It's a wine. What kind of wine is this? But yes, that was the end of the episode.
That was it.
That was it, y'all. I told y'all it was kind of lackluster. I mean, it wasn't all that great, but I mean, listen. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed this commentary. Yeah, I think I said all I had to say. Chris, we got your back. Jinx, again. Listen, it's the second time. She's supposed to be quiet twice. Oh, okay. All right, y'all. We'll be back next week. We shall see what happens. Next week's preview looked a little interesting, but I hate when I be seeing interesting previews. Then I feel like all the interesting stuff is in the preview. Like, I mean, you got to show some stuff to bring us back next week. But I don't know. If you guys have any other shows you want us to watch and critique, let us know. If we can make time for that, maybe we will. No promises, because we both have to like it. We both have to watch it. But we'll see. But all right, y'all. Until next week, have a great week.
Bye.
Toodaloo.